All right. So are you, those questions, I know they're a little last minute, but are you comfortable with those? And
Yes.
okay, awesome. Well, so let's get started. I'm super excited to just get to know a little bit about you because I don't know a ton other than what you shared in your testimonial. And I mean, thank you for being such a believer in the product before we get straight into the interview. Really, really appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll just say my name is Kenny Gavigan. I'm actually a lead technician for the city of Kirkland. I mainly specialize in police vehicles, but I oversee our whole fleet of vehicles, but I specialize in police vehicles. And once I was turned on to PermaShield, I was tasked with trying it in a few of our vehicles, and I placed it in 5 of our online patrol vehicles to see how it compared to other products on the market. And upon doing so, it was really easy to install the product. So that made it super easy for me to try. Once put on the line, our cars average about 3,000 miles or about a month between oil changes, service intervals.
Mm-hmm.
And on those 5 vehicles, none of them experienced a flat in between those timeframes for me in order to down the vehicle, which around here right now with all the construction is pretty common to have a lot of flats.
Uh-huh.
And I pulled them in for the routine service about a month later. And in one of them, I found half of a razor blade stuck into the tire, a couple screws. One of them had part of a pocket knife broke off in it.
Wow.
And none of those were brought in for that reason. They were just noticed during its routine service. And so that was pretty impressive. And I didn't remove the items, which is what PermaShield recommends.
Mm-hmm.
And I left them in the tires, and they're still going to this day. I mean, they haven't come back in for any tire issues related to that.
That's amazing. It really is. I mean, it helps not only with maintenance from your perspective, but safety and keeping those vehicles off the side of the road, which is amazing.
Yeah, and from our aspect, it actually saves, because our policy is for our police officers not to change a flat tire.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have to be towed back to our police station.
Okay.
So that would save, depending on who is using it, the overall cost of tow bills and downtime for that to happen.
Yes. So it's saving time, it's convenient, and it's saving money for your business. I mean, that's what PermaShield is all about. And I'm so excited to share your testimony with the world, because it is, we've heard of all the different, tire goos and sealants out there that are, adhesive based, and they're not fun to work with, and they're more reactive than preventative. And so to have someone like you, Kenny, that is willing to, share with the world how much you love the product, it means a ton to us at PermaShield, and it lets other people know how really awesome this product can be. Now, I know I've seen a few videos of you, I mean, crazy you, driving over some strips of, or what are they, nail strips, or what are they called? The strips you drove over.
After the initial 5 vehicle test, I had the idea of trying it on actual police spike strips that they deploy on vehicles that are stolen or won't stop for a traffic stop.
Mm-hmm.
Because around my area, we had a couple officers in the last couple of years that have been killed due to hitting spike strips and tires blowing out and causing vehicle crashes.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the idea of, well, let's see what PermaShield could do with a spike strip. And the way they're designed, I knew it wouldn't fully stop the tire from deflating, because it's like a hollow tube that goes into the tire, multiple tubes.
Yep.
But the idea was to see if it would at least slow it down to safely stop the vehicle at full speed,
mm-hmm.
and at least allow the officer to stop. So I did that, and actually I wound up having to do it to my personal vehicle because police vehicle wasn't accessible at the time.
I heard, I don't know if it's a son or a daughter that you had, but I know there was a little one watching you do this test at the same time.
Yeah, it was one of my kids. They were pretty excited to see that.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I put the PermaShield in the tire as recommended. for that tire size. And I went and drove it for a couple miles to get everything situated in the tire like it recommends.
Mhm.
And then I had one of my buddies deploy the spike strip in front of my vehicle. I was doing about 60 miles an hour. And I hit it. I come to a safe stop within 20 yards or so at a stop sign. And then I wanted to see how long it would keep the tire together with no air. So I actually drove it for almost 8 miles on a flat tires around
Wow.
some back roads behind where I live. And after about 8 miles, the tires started to separate, but I was pretty impressed on how well it slowed the air from coming down in the tire to
Uh-huh.
allow a safe stop, and how long it kept the tire together was pretty impressive.
That is, I mean, it's one of the most impressive tests that we've had to date. And as I said, we're like super grateful because you went out and did that on your own, and now we're, you know, heading into actually helping police fleets, and knowing that we can save some lives is pretty remarkable. So thank you for that. Let's tell everybody then, you know, do you recommend PermaShield? My thought is you do, and why you recommend it, and what you love about the product.
So far, I like the ease of installation is pretty easy. And then I was kind of skeptical on other tire products, how it would affect the wheels and when you actually take a tire back off the wheel after using the product.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually dismounted a few tires and it's all up in the tire, not on the wheel like other products do.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes time to change the tires due to just wear, just being worn out, makes that process really nice and easy. So I would recommend it a lot on that. And so far, I can't find anything besides a spike strip that'll actually deflate a tire. I mean, I've never seen a pocket. I've never seen a pocket knife stuck in a tire. So,
No, that I've never seen that. I've never even heard of that.
but yeah, just for that reason, I would recommend it. And in a bigger fleet, my fleet's pretty small comparative to other ones, but in a overall fleet, it would minimize downtime and
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature. So, and that's just overall vehicles. And then on the public safety side, it would keep your first responders off the side of the road
Yes.
and keep them out helping the public.
Yes.
And that was my main concern, is trying it for public safety reasons.
That's, well, that, I mean, again, it's fantastic, and we can't thank you enough. And we're just, I mean, the way we look at this product is as it's time, convenience, and safety. And, you know, with what we're looking at with everything that you do with, you know, the fleets to keep those first responders safe, to keep police officers safe, we're so happy that PermaShield can be part of that mix for you.
Yeah, and I'm very appreciative of you guys, I guess, using me to try it out. I'm always interested to try new products in my industry. And
Wow.
so far, I'm very happy with the way it's worked out.
Awesome. Well, and we're extremely grateful, and we look forward to having a long-lasting relationship with you and your fleets, and you know, keeping everyone safe, and reducing downtime and saving money, and all the great things that PermaShield can bring to you. So thank you so much, Kenny, again from the bottom of our hearts, for, you know, coming on and being willing to. I mean, I know you wrote a testimonial, but now you're here on video, so we really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your time and allow me to try your product.
Oh, awesome. All right. Well, have an amazing day, and we'll chat soon.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.